so simple. Again, there's no box, right? This book is for the dangerous, the different, and the defiant. And there's a lot of verbiage around these people. So what I did was they have a quiz that you can take. So I was like, well, interesting, because I talked to the founders and they were like, we have 200,000 people on our list. We've never monetized it and we don't know what to do. Can you help us? I was like, yeah, that sounds like a really good problem that a lot of people would love to have. 200,000 people on a list and they have done nothing to actually monetize that. They're a branding agency that works with, they're a Madison Avenue agency that's boutique. So long story short, one of the therapists who I work with, she works with highly gifted, highly sensitive people. So I was like, that's the reason why I worked with her, was not because she was a therapist per se, but because she was a therapist who worked with highly sensitive, highly gifted people. And I knew that that was me because I'm a maverick, right? So she had an assessment that I took that gave you basically a pass, well, we'll call it pass fail, on if you fit a typical profile for someone who's highly gifted. And I took that and it just cemented the idea that, yep, I need help because I want to hone in my superpower. I want to be better at what I'm doing. I want to remove the blinders and the things that are holding me back. So I launched a similar quiz and I used a site called involve.me. So it's like a quiz builder. I ran $25 worth of ads on Facebook for one day. And I got over 100 people who went to it and 46 people who filled it out for $25. And I just hyper targeted it to the avatar that I wanted, ran the ads, and it was ridiculous. And they answered 28 questions. And guess all the intel that I get about my core audience now on those 28 questions, who said yes, who said no. So when it's like 97% said yes, all my copy, all my advertising, all my keynotes, I know the exact person I'm talking to, and I know the ratio of how many of them agree that they're like this, so I can read their mind, versus how many of them do not agree. So my lead generation was actually a customer avatar exercise in disguise that worked insanely well. And I knew everything about them. At the end of the quiz, I gave them an opportunity to have a 15-minute call. So that just gives you an idea or a concept, or you could put them into a group or whatever. But that top of funnel for you, I mean, as soon as I choose to turn that back on, I'll probably do about $300 a day, and I'll be generating 150 leads a day.
Wow.
Yeah.
Can you do you mind writing the name of the platform that you use for the quiz again?
Yes. Yep. Involve.me. And then, the test that I created, I had to get authorization from my therapist to use it, just simply because it's her IP. But you can probably go online and find gifted assessments and stuff. Mm-hmm. But my ad was this: are you highly gifted? With an image, and that was it.
Okay.
It wasn't complicated, because people who know that they are, i.e. a rare breed, are the people who want to work with someone who works with rare breeds. Period. End of story. That's it. That's what they're looking for.
Okay.
Nick, can I ask you a question? What was the image you used there? What did it look like?
I went on Canva and I typed in a YouTube thumbnail type of template.
Yeah.
And I matched the avatar of like the person who was in the image. So it's like it had a blue and like a dark gray background that had some texture to it. And then on the overlay, I just had an avatar that looked like the person who I was going after based on demographics.
Okay.
And the first one that I launched, I didn't do any classification. I just said, here's their interest. I made a narrow audience and I launched the ad, and it was a gal on it versus a guy. Like I ended up segmenting them, right. But it exploded right away. I mean, I couldn't believe it. I was like, this is why I dig and dig and dig until I find the answer. So yeah, it worked incredibly well. So that's a gift for you guys as well. Mm-hmm. So when you connect to the psychographic, that's how I've done over $200 million in sales just online. We're not talking products and product management. We're talking just digitally, through digital acquisition, is connecting to the psychographics of the individual and then remarketing in a really powerful way to build authority. But that's really the ecosystem. But you've got to find something that's really powerful, high consumption, that's really valuable on the top of the funnel. And when the market zigs, you got to zag. So when everybody else is doing lead forms, I'm doing a quiz that they click into. That's a really cool platform. Like, so you just do the opposite of what the market's doing that traditionally has worked before. And I'll end with this. if you want to get more speaking engagements, just message me. I can
Okay.
tell you exactly how to do it. And I know a lot of people who are, I know the guy who ran the Washington Speakers Bureau for 30 years. He's a great friend of mine. He's been a mentor of mine. So again,
Thank you.
relationships are rocket ships. This is the whole deal. You're
Do
welcome.
we know how to get in touch with you?
Yeah. So pretty simple. I will put my phone number, because I would say email, but if you email me, it'll probably take me a week to see it. And that's just me being honest and transparent.
Christian, thank you so much for this. This has been amazing.
Yeah, Nick, I really appreciate you being on here. And guys, thanks so much. I'm glad you're able to get some value from it, of course.
I'm going to hang out for like another 15 or so for anybody who wants to hang. But there's my phone number. Just text me and provide me with some context and how I can help. And also, if you want to check out my website, nickcavuoto.com, and then you can also check out joinmentormind.com, because I'm just like one of 12 people in a group who talks about these things. I know all of you could probably really help me a lot. And that's the power of community, is being in the right relationships with the right people who have the authority, the competency, the expertise, of course, but who also have the relationships. And that's the big kicker. Like, you know, I had a guy join the mastermind yesterday at Inner Circle. And in the Inner Circle platform, we have a gal who needs a sales trainer for the company Square. If you guys are familiar with Square, Jack Dorsey, also on Twitter a long time ago. So Square needs a sales trainer. She's a mindset and high performance expert. So before he even is coming into the thing, he already has a TIA